Hey everyone, this is Dan Wu from Nixtech Group. We're going to be walking you through the Acumatica Construction Edition in part 1 of this series. We'll cover the basics of what Acumatica software does and how it's specifically designed and tailored to the construction industry. Let's jump right in.
Well, welcome everybody. What we want to do is sort of give you a little bit of background about Nextech, and then we'll go into talk about kind of how Acumatica can help a construction company. So we've been in business for over 25 years, and we focus on a number of different industries. One specifically construction, and then also field services. So we find a lot of construction companies still have the need for field service to be able to dispatch trucks, warranty work, those types of things, and be able to create work orders and preventative maintenance. So that will also be talked about a little bit today. We have basically offices throughout North America, and we have 95% retention rate. So it's something that our customers stick with us for a long time, and we're very, very proud of that. We have over 600 customers around the world, and let's go to the next slide. So here's just a little map of the U.S. and offices around. We have 11 locations. Corporate is in Seattle, and then we have team members scattered throughout the U.S. We also have a presence in Canada. We have an office in Vancouver and Toronto, and then we have team members spread out throughout the provinces up in Canada as well. So when we talk about the construction edition, we really wanted to start with what happened in 2020. Most of us just want to forget about that. Pandemic has been absolutely stressful for everybody, but when you look at how construction handled it, I think it fared pretty well. There were a lot of projects that were already funded. I think if anyone had done any home improvement projects last year because they weren't going on vacation, it was tough to find workers to come out, right? Construction companies were super busy. Biggest challenge I would say is probably supply chain. So being able to get the materials needed for jobs, it became much more difficult. And when you work inside of a construction ERP solution, you have the ability to manage that supply chain a little bit better. Managing lead times, understanding expectation of delivery dates, and trying to manage that process becomes a lot easier when you're using a fully integrated system. So we'll talk a little bit about that today as well. But 2021 is still looking good. I think things are freeing up. We're seeing a lot more companies moving forward and trying to get into the cloud. Very hard for remote workers to work in the old legacy systems because it's just hard to manage that, and then trying to deal with getting all of those individuals access to be able to enter and get into the system remotely is very challenging when you're not in a cloud-based solution. So when we look at, kind of the construction business today and managing it, right? Data silos are a big deal, right? You got the estimators, you got your project managers, and then you've got your accountants and the field people. And there seems to be a lot of silos always in construction. Like everyone's using something else. Estimators might be doing everything in Excel. Project managers might be doing stuff in Excel and with smart sheets. Accounting is using the accounting system, but not everyone has access to it, and there's no one version of the truth. And it becomes very challenging. And you want everyone talking on the same and singing out of the same songbook. Making sure that it's all one version of the truth. Information doesn't flow that smoothly when we're not integrated. And then obviously, profitability in projects. We're really watching that, getting workflows and alerts set up so that you're able to understand what projected cost complete looks like based on what's in budget, what's been committed, or if you're using subcontractors and POs. And really watching that and getting alerts when it looks like it's going sideways, right? You might have 50% of the cost in, and you're only showing 10% complete in the field. That's a problem, right? Projected cost to complete is out of whack. And as soon as you can, address that and start to look at why that is, then that can stop overruns. And obviously that's right to the bottom line. Lack of visibility in the labor cost is another thing that pops up a lot. Making sure that the teams, getting their labor time in classified correctly, especially if you're working prevailing wage jobs, and making sure that we get that done so the certified payroll comes out correctly. Just too much manual entry. We see this all the time in construction companies, and then they're just limited by, and all of those things can get limitations in the technology that you're using. So, we're going to check the box today with Acumatica on all of these areas. One source of the truth, getting your data in real time, unlimited access per user, which is a very unique model inside of Acumatica. It's unlimited users, right? It's really based on the amount of transactions that you process is how it's priced. And that is very unique, and it's very nice, because when someone says, oh, I want to be able to do requisitions, but I don't want to spend another, $10,000 on users, it's already included in Acumatica because it's unlimited. So that's the part that's super exciting, and we can show that very, very well. When you look at the Construction Edition, we're talking about financials, the core, GL, AP, AR, inventory management as well, but job costing, payroll, project management. They have a bunch of apps that we're going to talk about that integrate into Acumatica, and it's a modern cloud platform. Like it's really the next gen in cloud compared to some of the other competitors. Always love to throw the logo slides up. Right here's the NASCAR slide of all the different logos that we have. This is just a sampling of them that we have across the country. Always love to throw up, a nice, hey, this is what this is what we help the customer out, right? So Acumatica, really did a nice job here with, their open API, so that made it very easy to do integration. So integration to an estimating system, to CAD, into a project management system like Procore. So a lot of our construction companies that we know use Procore already, but they're looking to replace their existing job cost system, and it automatically integrates into Acumatica. So that has always been a big plus, and it really makes it work really well for people that are used to using Procore for their project management stuff. So when we look at the edition, there's a lot of modules, right? So not just financials, but project management, job costing, the PO system, subcontract managing, all of that. Customer relationship management is built in. There also has got really strong dashboards and reporting, and Chad's going to take us through some of those dashboards and some of those kind of dashboards that can manage your day for you. Field service management, right? So people that got either trucks, just tech teams that are going out, that are doing field or warranty work, and be able to do preventative maintenance if you are maintaining equipment, if you're HVAC or electrical contractors. And then, dispatch and then scheduling board, right? That's so important. And then obviously time and payroll, very important, whether you outsource that or bring it in-house. So, we can handle either way, and integrate to whatever payroll system you want to use besides the ones that are already native to Acumatica. And then being able to get that anytime access, right? It doesn't matter if you're using a mobile phone, an iPad, it's web browser based. And then, for us, we have some integration to Salesforce. We also have some multi-tenant, multi-processing for companies that have multiple companies or multiple sites. And then there's also some other apps that, we basically are deployed in AWS. AIA billing and reporting is important. Some people are doing some Shopify integrations, right, and payroll. And then Rental 365 for people that actually need and actually rent equipment, as well as have a construction practice and business. All right, so when we look at, open architecture, so very open APIs, you can integrate very easily to Acumatica with web services. And then these are all the things that are already out of the box built. So whether it's ADP, if you want to outsource your payroll, because you don't have that much that much labor, it's mostly subcontractor, or if you want to bring it in-house, that's fine. ProEst from an estimating perspective, but again, if you're using the Edge, that's fine. If you're using MC Squared, that's fine. We can integrate to whatever. But ProEst has been one that we integrate to probably more than some of the others, but not an issue at all. And then integrating the smart sheets, and if you want to go paperless for document management, that's all built in as well with integrations. And so we've really built out a nice infrastructure and a nice group of apps that will work very nicely with inside the Acumatica solution. So when you talked about BI and analytics, and again, Chad's going to spend some time here, so I won't kill his thunder, but really clean looking dashboards that are drill downable, meaning I can go from a projected cost to complete, drill all the way down to the transactions and look at the invoices and everything that made up that number. Very powerful, as well as what I call stoplights, right? Red, green, yellow, for where you're at in your processes and things that need to get approval on, or if you're seeing cost overruns or subcontract agreements that haven't been signed or change orders that haven't been signed and processed through, you can get alerted visually as well as email. So Chad will talk a little bit more about that, but we've got a number of different tools from a BI perspective that we can utilize. So again, we talked about being a cloud-based solution. It's access anywhere, any device, right? You got a web browser, doesn't matter if you're using Macs, if you're using PCs, if you're using an Android or an iPhone, we don't care. It even integrates to Alexa. So lots of really cool stuff, and that's just part of Acumatica is really focused on technology. I mean, most of the Acumatica team, I think it's, Chad, correct me, 75% that's in development. They really are focused on creating and making the product better and better and keep adding features into the product. So the other thing that's really nice about Acumatica is they offer all this free training. So as soon as you sign up as a customer, you can go out to the portal and you can have access and with all these downloadable job aids and all these quick guides and all this training materials and video training that you can do all with your subscription, which is really, really nice to have that.
Hey everyone, this is Dan again, and that was part 1 of our Acumatica Construction Edition walkthrough. Check out part 2 and part 3 for more information, and don't forget to like and comment to let us know your thoughts on this video, and subscribe if you want to keep up with more of our work. Thanks everyone.